Sometimes due to the unavailability of the network, it may switch off and switch on again. Stay tuned. Okay. And when we see the pictures of gram positive and gram negative, however, the outer layer of the gram positive cell wall, it appears thick violet in color, whereas the gram negative cells, bacterial cells, they appear red in color. Then what is plasma membrane? What is plasma? What is the nature of the plasma membrane in what is the nature of the plasma membrane in bacterial cells? Plasma membrane in bacteria are composed of phospholipids. They are composed of phospholipids, contain a polar group attached to a tricarbon glycerol backbone. Tricarbon glycerol backbone. There are also two fatty acid chains dangling from the other carbon of glycerol, and the phosphate end of the molecule is hydrophilic and the fatty acids are hydrophobic. The membrane also contains protein. Typically, 20 to 30% of the membrane, most of them are placed in the membrane so that the hydrophobic amino acids associate with the lipids in the membrane and the hydrophilic amino acids are outside the membrane interacting with either the cytoplasm. And what is the function of the plasma membrane? The plasma membrane is selectively permeable in that it helps control what moves into and what out the cell. It controls the material which can be entered inside to the bacterial cell and which has to be exited outside to the bacterial cell. And then extracellular appendages or extracellular structures. Extracellular structures means what are the different arrangements, different organs present on the surface of the bacterial cell. The bacterial cell outside to the cell wall, it contains a mucilaginous slime layer and the whiplash-like structures known to be flagellae, and apart from the flagellae-like structures known to be pili or fimbriae. Let us see one by one. What are these fimbriae or pili? Fimbriae or pili are the elongated or hair-like proteinaceous structures which project from the cell surface, projects from the cell wall నుంచి బయటికి వచ్చి ఉంటాయి. They projected out from the cell wall. They are specifically on those gram-negative cells. Fimbriae are typically 2 to 3 nanometers in diameter and from 0.1 micrometer to several micrometers in length. 0.1 to several micrometers in length and 2 to 3 meters in diameter. And they may occur all over the cell or may be localized to some area. The fimbriae, ఎవరు మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి. Actually, the fimbriae may be spread all over the body. The fimbriae may be spread all over the body, or it may be localized, or it may be confined to one area of the bacterial cell surface. And then flagellae. What are these flagellae? Flagellae are the main locomotory organelles. They are help in locomotion. They help in the movement of the bacterial cells. We cannot observe the presence of the flagellae in all types of bacteria. They are observed only in some of the bacteria like Bacillus and the Vibrio and Spirillum. The flagella are made up of a class of linear protein called flagellin. See, in 2 marks question you may get it. The flagella are made up of flagellin. The flagella which arise at various points on the cell surface. The flagella may arise on overall on the all the surface of the bacterial cell wall, and they may be confined to some of the particular area. Depending upon their distribution and depending upon their presence, the bacterial cells are divisible into atrichous, monotrichous, diplotrichous, and peritrichous, lophotrichous likewise. Okay, yesterday itself I explained about the atrichous, the bacterial cells which are devoid of, which does not bear flagellae, they are known to be atrichous, without flagellum. Without flagellum. And monotrichous, they contain only one flagellum at any one of the end, any one of the poles. And peritrichous, the flagella are distributed all over the surface of the body, all over the surface of the plant body. Sorry, plant, not plant body, the bacterial cell wall body. And at the same time, what is the capsule? What is the capsule? So normally, majority of the bacterial cells, the total along with their cell wall, they are encapsulated in a mucilaginous mass, mucilaginous cap-like structure. And this mucilaginous cap-like structure is known to be capsule. It is known to be capsule or S layer or slime layer. Capsule or slime layer or S layer. The capsule of most bacteria consists of a polysaccharide. Most of the bacteria they may contain polysaccharide. The bacteria of a single species can be classified in different capsule, serovous or serotype. Serovous and serotype. Serovous and serotype based on the fine chemical structure on this polysaccharide. Fine chemical structure on this polysaccharide. And then intracellular structure. The intracellular structures means what are the different structures present inside the bacterial cell, inside the bacterial cell. The term, first one is the plasmid. That means extracellular, actually they are not intracellular, extracellular. Actually, bacterial cell contains cell wall and outer appendages of the cell wall. అంటే బ్యాక్టీరియల్ సెల్లోన సెల్ వాల్ ఉంటుంది, ప్రోటోప్లాజం ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో గల జెనెటిక్ మెటీరియల్ ఉంటుంది, అండ్ సెల్ వాల్ పైన స్లైమ్ లేయర్ ఉంటుంది, ఫ్లాజెల్లం ఉంటాయి, అండ్ పిలి లేదా ఫింబ్రియల్ ఉంటాయి, అండ్ ఆల్ దీస్ ఆర్ ది సెల్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్. The cytoplasm, some of the Golgi complex ribosomes, and all the things are present in the cytoplasm. And apart from the regular cell inclusion, some of the extracellular parts also present. They are the plasmids. And the term plasmid was first introduced by Lederberg in 1952. A plasmid is a short, usually circular DNA which is double-stranded one. Double-stranded circular DNA present along with the general genetic material of the bacterial cell. బ్యాక్టీరియల్ సెల్లో ఉండేటువంటి జెనెటిక్ మెటీరియల్తో పాటుగా ఎక్స్ట్రా డిఎన్ఏ మాలిక్యూల్ ఒకటి బ్యాక్టీరియల్ సెల్లోనే ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ప్లాస్మిడ్. That is found in the cytoplasm separate from the main bacterial chromosome or genetic material. Here we used to not call a chromosome, the bacterial main genetic material. And the size of the plasmid may vary from 1 kbp to 1000 kilo base pair. Sorry, 100 kilo base pair. 1 kilo base pair to 100 kilo base pair. So that means depending upon the base pair, so we can estimate the length of the DNA molecule. And what is the function? What is the capacity of this plasmid? What is the speciality of this plasmid? The plasmids are capable of autonomous replication. They are not at all controlled by the bacterial DNA. They are independent. They are independent or they are autonomous in their replication. And the plasmids can transfer genes from one cell to another cell. They can transfer. That means they are known to be molecular carriers. They are known to be molecular carriers. They are the vector. Plasmids are the primary vector which are used in recombinant DNA technology. They are used in recombinant DNA technology. PBR 136 already we come across in during intermediate classes. We come across this recombinant DNA technology where the plasmids, the natural plasmids and the synthetic plasmids are used as a vector which carries the genetic material from one generation to another generation. Then ribosome, very primitive cell organ. The cytoplasm contains a large number of solute low and high molecular weight cell organelles known to be ribosome. The RNA and approximately 20,000 ribosomes per cell. They contain RNA and approximately 20,000 ribosomes per each bacterial cell. And these bacterial ribosomes are 70S type of ribosome and which contains the subunits 30S and 50S. And already we know that the function of the ribosomes is to synthesize proteins. They participate in the protein synthesis. In case of bacterial cell, the protein synthesis occurs and this protein substance may be lethal to the host cell. Then important part of the bacterial cell, mesosome. Important part of the bacterial cell is the mesosome. And these mesosomes are convoluted or multilaminated or convoluted membranous body. Actually, the plasma membrane inside below the cell wall, it shows invagination, inner folding, like the invaginations which we observe in mitochondria. The same manner, only one mesosome may be observed per each bacterial cell. and which are visible under electron microscope only. And they develop by complex invagination of cytoplasmic membrane into the cytoplasm. They protrude into the cytoplasm. And what is the function of these cytoplasm? The cytoplasmic invaginations or these mesosomes. The functioning in the compartment of the DNA at cell division and at sporulation. It divides a bacterial cell into two during binary fission, and at the time of cell division, it divides the DNA into two, having a function of analogous to the eukaryotic cell, providing a cell membrane support for the respiratory enzyme. And then nucleoid. The nucleoid is a region of a cytoplasm where the chromosomal DNA is located. It is not a membrane-bound nucleus, but simply an area of the cytoplasm where the strands of DNA are found. That means the bacterial DNA or the bacterial genetic material is known to be nucleoid. Kendrakramshamu, it is called as nucleoid. Most of the bacteria have a single circular chromosome, that is the DNA, responsible for the replication. Although a few species do have two or more. Majority of the bacterial cell contains only one genetic material. In some of the exceptional cases, they may have more than one. Smaller circular auxiliary DNA, that's called plasmids. Already I explained you. Apart from this regular nucleoid, in some of the cases, the extra DNA, circular DNA molecule also present, and which are found in the cytoplasm. Okay? Cell structure, which contains the two main parts, that is called cell wall and protoplasm. The cell wall contains, below the cell wall also contains, it is encapsulated by a slimy layer or S layer or capsule, and through this slimy layer or from the, as a result of outgrowths of the cell wall, we observe the presence of these bacterial cell outgrowths known to be slime layer or slimy layer or capsule or S layer, and the flagellae and the fimbriae, and these pili or fimbriae, the other function is of these pili or fimbriae. When the bacterial cells, they undergo sexual reproduction by name conjugation, they come in contact with each other and get bounded by means of these pili, which are known to be sex pili or sex fimbriae. That is one which both the pili or fimbriae belong to opposite strains of the bacteria. They come in contact with each other, they bound together with the help of this pili only. Okay, and below this cell wall, you may notice the presence of lipoproteinaceous, the cytoplasmic membrane, which is semi-permeable cytoplasmic membrane. And below this cytoplasmic membrane delimits the cytoplasm, which contains all necessary vital cell organelles, and except the chloroplast. And the cytoplasmic membrane, which is relatively or which is near to the character of the plasma membrane, it shows some invagination or inner foldings into the cytoplasm, which are known to be mesosomes. These mesosomes helps in the division of a mother bacterial cell into two during binary fission, and at the same time they are responsible for the division of DNA into two molecules during cell division. Okay. So these are the some of the important aspects of the cell structure. So due to some of the technical problems and other things not yet resolved, due to that it becomes some difficult in the showing sharing the screen. Now, however, I will repeat the same class. If it is possible, you can join in the afternoon. The same link, you can join in the afternoon. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let us stop here.